right, good afternoon and welcome to the market color recap for today, the 10th of July, 2025. This morning during the 8:30 a.m. session, we had a very detailed breakdown of different asset classes we're looking at today: AUD USD, NZD USD, and USD CAD. So now we're going to be checking the levels we had marked out to see what price has done and if any of our trades have been activated. If you missed this morning session, it's quite easy. Simply go on our YouTube page to watch this morning session so you can follow the step-by-step breakdown of how we came about these decisions. Now I'm going to start with AUD USD quickly. So we'll see if price is now moving. For AUD USD, our sell has been activated. I'm currently in a sell of this asset class. Remember that I stated during this morning session that I wanted to see price tap into the zone and then sell. And I was targeting down below here for my take profit level. All right, and that sell has been activated. I haven't done much, not that much, but it is currently selling to the downside. So from where price tapped into our point of interest to where it currently is, we're looking at somewhere around 17 pips thereabout so far. I'm going to be targeting down below as my take profit level for this particular asset class. Again, if you missed this morning session, it's fine. Just go watch our YouTube video to catch up with what price has done. So this is still valid for me. I'm still looking out for this particular trade to play out. We could quickly look at unemployment claims and see what came out on the dollar to see how it would impact AUD USD as an asset class. For NZD USD, however, I was looking at a temporal buy first before the sell resumes. If you remember the zones we marked out, I was saying, I stated that I would prefer to see NZD USD buy from here into the next zone for us to continue to sell. However, is it possible that NZD USD can continue selling from where it currently is, provided it breaks through the zone? Very likely, right? But all things being equal, we want to see NZD USD buy back in here and then tap into our order block. This is a resistance zone that should hold. We've done all of the change of characters and break of structures. This is pure market structure. We're going to see price trade back into the zone. Is this other block? There's an order block up here and some sort of doji candle right here. So are they going to hold when price returns into the zones? We'll watch. But if price violates the zone, then we may be seeing NZD USD sell straight into the next point of interest. For USD CAD now. So USD CAD, our markups have cleared up a bit. So let's see if we'll quickly draw another. So quick recap for USD CAD. Monthly to the upside has been to the upside. We stated that price had not taken out this zone yet. And we're waiting to see if price was going to sell off to change character on this time frame, but it has not done so yet. So predominantly M1 is to the upside. On the weekly time frame, also to the upside, but we see a change of character that happened here. When price kept forming consecutive highs and lows, it ought to have given us a higher high when this was done, but instead it changed character by breaking that structure point. So this is a change of character that we've seen. This looks like a break of structure down below, a confirmatory break of structure, but we go on the 4-hour time or daily time frame to see it clearly. Now, this is the zone we marked out on the weekly time frame. You can see it even more defined, right? Now, because we now have this in mind, this stopper shocker right here now becomes our point of interest to see what price does when it eventually trades back into that zone, right? So this is a resistance level. Pay attention to the fact that I'm not just marking out levels where we saw market break of structure. They have to be good enough resistance zones that have other blocks or other liquidity points around them. I also stated the fact that we have a fair value gap up above here that could serve as a draw of liquidity that price could trade or tap into before it continues to sell, right? On H4, what did we see on H4? We understood the fact that from where we're coming from on a daily time frame, there was still a bit of gap for it to trade above, right? So we went down here to mark up other levels. So if you look from the 22nd of June, price sold, came here, didn't give us a lower low. Instead, we saw a change of character around this level, mark that out, and then a break of structure around this zone. This break of structure is kind of choppy. It's not as clean as I prefer. But if you look at down below here, there is a support level because you see the spikes and the rejections that happen a couple of times around this level. So let's mark out this as a POI, right? For where price is currently moving, it looks like it has tapped into this zone, or it barely did. But let's see 2 hour. Do we have a clearer picture on the 2H time frame? Same thing we saw, but here our change of character happened early on, which now becomes this zone. And our confirmatory BOS is now here. So we now have another point of interest inside the major structure. This now becomes our interval structure that we're looking at and marking out this zone, basically, this doji candle. So what am I now saying for USD CAD? I am saying that it is possible we see a temporal sell into this zone or down below here, and then we could now watch out to see USD CAD eventually buy back into the daily level that we marked out here. So it is possible that price is going to sell from where it currently is, find support around this zone, continue buying into our other POI, or it is going to violate this zone and trade into the next before we see more moves. So quickly, let us see what Forex Factory, how the news release came out. We we're looking at unemployment claims going out by 1:30 p.m., right? Today is Thursday. So what was predicted to come out was 236. What came out was 227. Again, actual less than forecast is good for currency. So having this in mind, we could be seeing a little bit more strength go into the dollar. And if we see more strength going into the dollar, then we could see continuous sell-offs of AUD, NZD have stated, and also temporarily the USD CAD sell as well, because remember we said we want to see this guy sell down here before it finds some sort of support. So that's pretty much it for what we looked at. We're now going to go into the next session, looking at what indices has done so far. Don't go anywhere, I'll be back shortly, but if you have any question, this is the time to ask. Let me know, and I'll do my best to answer them. All right, I believe this was clear enough. This was clear enough. I would have moved into indices, but something just briefly came up. So let's just extend this a bit. Let me know if you have any questions before we call it today, please. I see a couple of us online. Hi, Anne. Anne, good afternoon, ma'am. Ezekiel, Isaac Colade. Are we fine? Are we good? Are we together? All right. Okay, so we'll call it a wrap here. We will reconvene tomorrow by 8:30 a.m. on the dot to do the market color recap. To look at French asset classes. That's gold, Euro USD, GBP USD, and yen correlated asset classes. So please do well to join. And remember, you can always catch up on these videos on our YouTube channel. Thank you, Mr. Ezekiel, as well. Do have an amazing day. Cheers and God bless.